Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing fine. I'm also okay. Today, I want us to take a look at what is the best political move Ndindi Nyoro, the MP for Kiharu, should make moving forward. If that is something you are interested in, stay tuned. And if you're watching for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that whenever we produce a video of this nature, you will be notified by YouTube. If you've followed Ndindi Nyoro's politics, you've known him for two things. One, very articulate, principled, and somebody who has no problem expressing how he feels about a specific subject. Two, Ndindi Nyoro is a performer. He is someone who has used the CDF so well that other members of parliament from other regions are often seen going to Kiharu for benchmarking. In fact, it is even people joke that perhaps he receives more CDF than everybody else because he has done tremendous job. However, when it came to the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro's politics took a different turn. Somebody who has been known for being articulate and principled and straightforward decided to become neutral. Ndindi Nyoro did not sign the motion to impeach Rigathi. Neither did he participate in the impeachment process during the voting time. So he neither supported the impeachment nor opposed it. He remained neutral. What's more, Ndindi Nyoro is yet to utter a single word about Rigathi's impeachment. Since it was done, to date, Ndindi Nyoro is yet to utter a single word. He has not approved of it, neither has he condemned it. So far, he has kept quiet. It is a deafening silence. So why? Number two, before even we answer that, Ndindi Nyoro is openly associating with the fiercest critics of President William Ruto, the likes of Babu Owino. On the other hand, the same Ndindi Nyoro is enjoying cordial relationship with the likes of Osoro, who are seen as the defenders of President Ruto. So the guy has remained neutral. Also, any opportunity that he could have used to associate with Rigathi, Ndindi Nyoro has never taken it. Because remember, Rigathi visits Murang'a almost daily. Church services in Murang'a seems to be Rigathi's favorite. And there is an obvious reason for that. The guys who are championing Ndindi Nyoro as their future leader, the likes of Senator Nyutu and Wakili Mureo, are now the praise and worship team of Rigathi Gachagua. So you would understand from Rigathi's perspective, going to Murang'a is a wonderful move. But Ndindi Nyoro has never accompanied him. He's not taken advantage of such opportunities to join Rigathi Gachagua. When Rigathi Gachagua is attacking the president, Ndindi Nyoro has not spoken back in defense of president. And of course, when Rigathi Gachagua is going through a lot, there is no day Ndindi Nyoro has also come out to defend Rigathi Gachagua. And ladies and gentlemen, we know that you can't be neutral politically forever. Eventually, Ndindi Nyoro will have to make a difficult decision. That is what he will have to make, a difficult decision. And in my opinion, the route Ndindi Nyoro takes will depend solely on the local support he enjoys and the ambitions he harbors. Let's look at three options Ndindi Nyoro has. Then we will conclude with what I think, in my opinion, is the best option for him. The first route for Ndindi Nyoro would be if he enjoys a solid support on the ground and he has ambitions of leading this country one day, then his best move is to stick with President Ruto. Let me explain. Sticking with President Ruto means that once Ruto wins re-election, Ndindi Nyoro has a high chance, because he will be one of those few leaders from Mount Kenya who would have been re-elected against the anti-Ruto's wave. And that puts him in a very good bargaining position come 2032. You might even find that Ndindi Nyoro might be considered for deputy president. And so if he has ambitions of leading this country one day, and he knows very well that he has a constituency of his own. And this one I have to reiterate. He must be sure that he has a constituency of his own, a constituency that will not depend on a political wave. People who will look at Ndindi Nyoro and say, we will stand with Ndindi Nyoro irrespective of his political position, because we know what he does. If he has that and is sure of the ground, and he harbors ambitions to lead one day, he should stick with William Ruto and not pretend, not be in the middle. That means either he convinces his friends like Babu Owino to start seeing Ruto from a different light, or just cut them loose and focus on defending Ruto in Mount Kenya. That is option one. Option two, if he doesn't have a ground, if he's not sure of the loyalty of his constituents, and he is eager to defend his seat, the best option for him would be to stick with Rigathi Gachagua. Openly go join Rigathi Gachagua, start calling Ruto names, be as loud as he can, and then he gets re-elected. Because if you don't have a ground, if you don't have voters who can trust you beyond the political wave, the prevailing political wave of that time, then you need, and you also desire to be re-elected, then you must align yourself with the wave. The current wave in Mount Kenya is that they want to punish Ruto come 2027. And punishing Ruto means that they will likely elect people who are singing that song. The MPs, the current MPs who are not singing their song, the people who are not listening to them, may have a chance to be re-elected depending on how they are performed, but chances are that majority will vote for their leaders based on their relationship with Ruto. So if you are not Ruto's friend, chances of being elected are high. If you are for Ruto, you will have to work extra hard. So if he wants to, if he knows that he doesn't have a ground and his only desire is to retain his seat, then he should know Rigathi is readily available. He should find him in one of these meetings that he has in Wamunyoro, etc., or in a church or in an event, and join him and start attacking Ruto. He will be re-elected. The third option is where Ndindi does not care about local politics at all and is playing a long-term game, meaning all he wants is to build his own constituency of supporters across the country and one day use it to contest. In that case, he should chart his political path. To chart his political path, he will not need the support of Rigathi or William Ruto. All he will have to do is preach whatever message he has, get people to like him and support him, and then maybe use that support in 2032 and beyond to go for a national seat. Those are the three options for Ndindi Nyoro. Just as a reminder: 1, stick with Ruto. 2, go with Rigathi. Or 3, chart his own political path. What do I think is the best route for him? As of now, because we are now basing this analysis on what is going on the ground, the people of Kiharu like Ndindi Nyoro a lot because he has done so much. If I were Ndindi Nyoro, what would I do? Would I stick with Ruto? Would I go with Rigathi? Or would I chart my own political path? Ladies and gentlemen, based on the reality on the ground, the fact that the people of Kiaru love Ndindi Nyoro aside, those people are also into the anti-Ruto wave. In fact, I think that is why Ndindi Nyoro did not vote to get rid of Rigathi Gachagua. Remember that Rigathi Gachagua had made it his own business to attack Ndindi Nyoro. Even going to benchmark in Kiaru would earn you an insult from Rigathi Gachagua. And so when an opportunity to get rid of Rigathi Gachagua came, you would think Ndindi Nyoro would be the first person to jump to it. No. He understood that the people of Kiaru, even though they like him for what he has done, they are just the same as other people in Mount Kenya. Ndindi Nyoro understood that Mount Kenya had decided that they are done with William Ruto. And so he was not going to risk voting their spokesperson, that is Rigathi, out, because then it would have made him the enemy of these people. Based on my analysis of Ndindi Nyoro, he wants to have his political cake and eat it. That is impossible, but he believes he can do it because he wants not to annoy the Mount Kenya people. And so he will not go against Rigathi. He will not be going around supporting Ruto. But he also doesn't want to annoy President Ruto in any way. So he will not be attacking Ruto anywhere and also not endorsing Rigathi. That does not work in the long run. My proposal would be Ndindi Nyoro can bite the bullet because he has a very bright political future. He can bite the bullet, stick with William Ruto, okay? Convince his people why he is sticking with William Ruto. Chances are that Ndindi Nyoro, because he's a very articulate guy, I told you, he's a very articulate guy. Chances are that he can convince the people of Kiharu to re-elect him, irrespective of his relationship with President Ruto. Because even now, he is not officially endorsed Rigathi, neither has he insulted Ruto as is expected in Mount Kenya, yet nobody is attacking him there. So I think he will not be so disadvantaged if he was to go full-blown and support President Ruto. He might, if need be, he can ignore Rigathi altogether, but just support President Ruto, share the things that the president is doing, and say why he believes that he needs to still stick with the president. That gives him a chance, once Ruto is re-elected, not just to retain maybe position in parliament if he's re-elected, but also put him at the national level. Because there will be no competition, a lot of competition. So it will put him at the national level. And like I said, chances are that in 2032, you might have Ndindi Nyoro as a running mate of somebody, or even a presidential candidate. So that is what I would have done, because the other two options are a little bit tricky. If he goes the Rigathi route, Rigathi is a very domineering character and a dictator. He would want Ndindi Nyoro to be one of his worshippers, which means that if Ndindi Nyoro had any goals, any aspirations to be a leader, national leader in the future, those are dead. Because his work, his duty will be to praise Rigathi for re-election. Otherwise, he won't be re-elected. Any difference with Rigathi means that Rigathi would just bring some opponent, put them there, campaign for them, and then get rid of Ndindi. Also, if he was to take the option of charting his own political path, that is a very difficult thing, considering he's already somewhere. To rubbish everything that he has worked for to start afresh, that is waste of time. Because there are no guarantees that people will like whatever he's going to say. This country is always divided, and a third wave has never had a chance. So he has to be under the tutelage of William Ruto or under the tutelage of Rigathi Gachagua. Under William Ruto, he has a chance of being a leader one day, even as soon as 2032. But under Rigathi, the best he will be is just an MP. Because I don't think Rigathi would want Ndindi Nyoro to raise his head. Rigathi's plan is to be relevant for the next 10 years, then vie for presidency should the courts allow him after 10 years. And a stronger Ndindi Nyoro does not help with that. So if Ndindi Nyoro goes the Rigathi route, he will have to go and toe the line, come down, sacrifice his ambitions, and just become a praise and worship, a member of the praise and worship choir. But if he boldly goes the Ruto side, Ruto is going to win re-election likely, and Ndindi Nyoro has a chance to emerge as a national leader, which he actually is. That is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think. What do you think is the best political move for Ndindi Nyoro? If you were Ndindi Nyoro, what would you do? What would you do now? What would be your best move? I want to hear from you in the comment section. If you found value in this video, please like it and share it with friends. Otherwise, if you want to know why I believe it is Ndindi Nyoro who got Rigathi where he is today, watch this video.